Hey guys, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Bacher and I help entrepreneurs start and grow profitable Facebook groups. And today I want to share a little story with you. It's a story of how I used to make decisions in my business. Now, I've come a long way since then, and these last 2.5 years, I've come a long way. And I'm proud to say that this doesn't happen as frequently, and when it does happen, I'm pretty quick to nip it in the bud. But basically, what we're talking about today is the art of focusing on your own shit. And I'm mostly speaking to those in business. So here's an example of what I used to do when I started my business 2.5 years ago. Hey, Rhonda. So here's what I used to do. So I started my blog, right? I had my blog and I had my email list. And things were going okay. I had my Facebook group. And I started looking around at what everyone else was doing, right? Because I was just starting out. I started looking around and I'd look at people like Amy Porterfield or Chalene Johnson, right? All of these different people that seemed to be absolutely nailing it in their business, right? Now, it's great to have people to look up to and to aspire to be like and all of that. But here was a problem that I was having. Every single time either of those women did something new in their business, I dropped everything and decided that I needed to do the exact same thing. Now, needless to say, at the time, I was making about $200 a month, and these incredibly successful women were making millions of dollars a year, okay? But regardless, I looked up to them. And so if Amy Porterfield put like a push notification on her website, I'd spend the entire day researching like push notifications. I'd scrap everything that I had scheduled for the day. I'd start doing that. Then I'd watch a live stream with Chalene, and Chalene would be talking about something else she was doing in her business, and I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta get over there. And so then I'd scrap everything else I was doing, and I'd start doing that. Now, the problem was, first of all, I have no idea if they were just testing something new in their business. I don't know if those things were actually working or not working. And I also don't know why they were making those decisions in their business. And quite frankly, it's none of my business why they're choosing to do what they do, right? And so I see a lot of people operating in the online space right now, and they're watching so closely what others are doing, right? They're looking at people that they aspire to be like, and they're watching really closely, and they're like, wait, what did that person do? They started a podcast? Oh my blog is gone. I'm deleting my entire blog. I'm starting a podcast. Like, this is what I'm doing. And so they start, getting going with their podcast. Then someone else they look up to decides that they're going to get off Twitter. And they're just like done with Twitter. They're like, what? That's it. I'm going to get off Twitter too. If this person is getting off Twitter, I'm going to get off Twitter. And like, they're a big success. And so I'm going to be a big success. Okay, no. You have no idea why someone is making the decisions that they're making in their business. You don't know if they're trying something out, if they're testing something out. You don't know what the results of that are going to be, and you don't know why they're doing it. So focusing so much on what other people are doing when you are just trying to get things going is a major mistake, right? And I did the same thing too. When I was just starting out, making $200 a month, I'm trying to make business decisions based on what someone who's making millions of dollars a year is doing. That makes no sense. That's a horrible situation, right? Now, I get it. I know, Rhonda, I get it that, there's a lot of stuff coming at you all the time, a lot of people telling you, what you need to be focusing on. And so I've done something that's going to help you. I've distilled all of the information for you into 3 specific things. So I'm going to give you 3 things that you absolutely 100% need in order to make money online. Okay, you need 3 things. The first thing that you need is something to sell, right? Maybe it's going to be a service. Maybe it's a product. Maybe it's some kind of coaching. Whatever it is, you need something to sell. Maybe it's someone else's product. Maybe you're an affiliate, right? Nevertheless, you need something to sell. The second thing that you're going to need is an email list. Now, I get it that bots are really big right now, and I'm going to be using bots in an upcoming marketing campaign, so I'm super excited about that. But you need email, okay? That's the basic no-brainer thing. We can all agree that you need something to sell and that you need an email list. Those are 2 of the most important things. Now I'm going to tell you the third thing that you need. And no, it's not going to be a Facebook group, okay? So listen, you need something to sell, you need an email list, and you need a community. Now, I don't care where you have that community, but you need a community. Maybe you find your community on Twitter. Maybe you have incredible success with Twitter and you're on there all day long connecting with people, connecting with prospects, funneling them into your paid products and programs. Maybe that works for you. That's awesome. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe you have tens of thousands of followers on YouTube and you're able to listen to what your people are talking about there and you're able to connect with people there and funnel them in. That's great. For me, the community piece comes from my Facebook group because I've tried all of that other stuff, right? I've tried Twitter. I'm on YouTube now. It's going okay. I've tried Instagram. And the thing that provides for me the best results is Facebook groups. And I believe that that's because Facebook groups have an unfair advantage that all of those other social media platforms don't have. And by the way, Pinterest does not count, okay? We all know Pinterest is not social media. You don't build a community on Pinterest. It is absolutely great for increasing traffic, for building your email list. Absolutely, I'm on Pinterest. I love it for that. It's not community building stuff, right? You're not chit-chatting with people over Pinterest. So no. That doesn't count. But for me, the unfair advantage that I've seen inside of Facebook groups is that it's not just about you. So the people inside of your group, if you have your group set up the right way, are going to be talking to each other. So they're not just there for you. They're not just there to ask you a million questions a day about this, that, or the other. They're there for each other. And that's what keeps them coming back for more. And that's what's going to keep your group engaged. Because it's not sustainable to be the star of your group, to be the big shining star where everyone in there is just there for you. No, that's not going to work. You're going to burn out. It's not going to be good, right? But the value that I've seen in my own Facebook group, and by the way, this is when I was actually selling Instagram courses. So it's not fair to say, well, you just like Facebook groups because you teach Facebook groups. No, that's not the case at all. I started my business with my website, my email list, and my Facebook group. And in the first year, I got to 6 figures. Now, there's no way that I would have been able to hit that if I did not have my Facebook group. That was my unfair advantage. And I was able to listen to what my community wanted. I was able to develop products, including an eventual program all about Facebook groups. I was able to tap into exactly what they were looking for and why they wanted it, right? If you're not able to do that on Twitter or through YouTube or whatever, Instagram, whatever else you're using, then you need a Facebook group. It's a no-brainer decision, right? Again, you need something to sell, you need an email list, and you need a community. And if you already have a community somewhere on social media, right? If you already have a community somewhere else and it's going great, and it's like really building your email list, and you're in there like listening and interacting with your customers, and it's easy for you to understand what it is that they care about most. If you're able to replicate that, to get that on another social media channel, then that's great. Then you don't need a Facebook group. But if you don't have that yet, the easiest way to do it is with your Facebook group. It's the easiest way to do it. And it's 100% free to set up your group. So I really would like to encourage you not to do what I did when I first started out and like put my little binoculars on and listen to it and watch and, watch people that were making like, 1,000 times more money than I was at the time and basing my own business decisions on what they were doing. That's not going to help. That's not going to help you. It certainly didn't help me. All it led was like an endless to-do list. That's all I got from it, right? Because I was just constantly like, oh, I better add this. Oh no, gotta add this. I was all over the place, right? Because I kept adding to my list, and nothing that actually was going to grow my business, like a product or my email list or my Facebook group, I wasn't able to even focus on that because I was too busy watching what everyone else was doing. And so don't do that. Focus on what you're doing. Hey, Hallie. Yeah, so focus on what you are doing. And like I said, if you're able to build that connection with your community, if you're able to do that somewhere else, if you already have that, then that's fine, right? That's great. But if you don't have that yet, if you have your product, you have your email list, and the piece that you're missing is the community, then I strongly encourage you to think about a Facebook group. Because it's easy to set up, it's totally free, and you can't cut corners. So you can't tell yourself, oh, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have something to sell and my email list, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to kind of shortcut it and make some money that way. That may work for a little bit, but in order to really build momentum and see that exponential growth month after month after month, you need a community. Every company, every popular brand out there has a community somewhere, right? If it's not in a Facebook group, it's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, wherever, it's on Snapchat, right? Wherever it is. But it's somewhere. And so don't cut that corner. Don't miss out on that third important piece that you 100% need in order to succeed online. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing. Just because someone else started a podcast, just because someone else, canceled their podcast, it doesn't mean that you have to go do the same thing. You don't know why they're doing that. You don't know what kind of results that's going to bring. And it's none of your business to know. So who cares? All right? So everybody needs to focus on their own shit and to make magic happen with your own business, right? Focus on those three things. That's going to bring the biggest results. Your product, your email list, and your Facebook group or community if you have it somewhere else. Okay, that's it. That's all I want to say. Natalie says, I find that my email list and Facebook group help each other grow, which is awesome. And I'm glad you said that, Natalie. I have found the exact same thing. Because a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, are you trying to say that a Facebook group is actually better than an email list? No, I'm not. That would be crazy. I'm saying to use both. And the results that I've seen is that when you combine the power of a Facebook group with your email list, you're going to see 10x the results. Okay? 10x the results because your community is pumped. They're ready to go. They're excited, right? Because you've been in there delivering value and connecting with them day after day. It's more than just, liking one of their tweets or something like that. You've made a real connection and you've been able to really tap into the unique their unique, desires by listening to the conversations that they're having inside of your community. And I have to tell you, if people are not talking in your community, something is off, and that's an extremely fixable problem. So, you can't have the excuse to be like, well, I have a product, I have an email list, but I'm just going to skip the community part because, I tried that and nobody was talking. Well, there's a strategy to it, right? How many of us have launched a new product and had it completely fail? I have. I've done it a bajillion times. I've launched a bajillion things that nobody ever wanted and that were disasters. But my point is, I don't know what my point is, but that's it. So that's all I want to tell you guys. 3 things to focus on: email list, product, and community. Don't get distracted by everyone else. Just focus on those things and you're going to be a big success. Enrollment closes to my program later this week, so please enroll. All right, thanks guys. See you later.